Dirk proves he can be badass when he's gotta be. Ken goes full Blackwing, and everyone gets their happy ending. Well, almost everyone. Toot toot, Suzie. It's the season finale of Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. Season 2, Episode 10. Nice jacket. Hey everyone, D here, and welcome to this week's review, our final review this season of Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. So yes, as usual, spoilers are starting pretty much now. Alright, great ending for this season. It has been an amazing season, really a blast. It certainly took the weird level from season 1 and ratcheted it up several notches. And I like the fact they basically ended the case within the first half hour or so. So we had the whole second half of the episode to really sort of wrap up everyone's little storyline, get them placed where they need to be, and set up, our little indications moving forward into season 3, which is happening, we're just gonna say. All right, first off, I love the opening. I love Suzie sort of taking control of the storytelling from the boy. I was like, oh my god, one last flashback, and no, it's Susie's tale, with all of her little drawings and everyone, and she was perfectly fine, and the accident, that wasn't her fault at all. It was just, it was a perfect sort of Suzie opening. Really enjoyed setting everything up this way, because in her mind, this is really her world. Like I said, for about another 20-25 minutes or so. But a wonderful episode. Let's sort of start things off. Let's follow Dirk. Let's follow the man himself. Arriving into Blackwing, I love face-to-face with his corgi. And the whole questioning aspect of that. He's just like, of all the things to run in and first run into, it's you. Anyway, I just thought that was perfect. But really, this is Dirk is badass. And this is what I really like. And we have several instances of it throughout this episode of when somebody is fully committed to their choice, to their directions, just how powerful and how strong that they are. I liked Dirk taking control here. Of course, running into Assistant, which is just awesome. I'm at Blackwing and the weird names. Yeah, I know, great sense of humor. But the fact is, it's like, no, it's crazy, it's nuts, and Dirk really just breaking it down. This is how we're going to save it, this is what we're going to do, you're going to get me there, we're going to go. Really showing his tough side. Even when we get to the door, which ends up being Mona's door, you're going to let me in. It was a nice side of seeing Dirk. It's good we don't see it all the time, because that's not his day-to-day personality, but seeing that he can twist into, shift into this mode when he absolutely has to. I think is a great move for his character, especially over these past 2 seasons, that he can take that step and get that dedication. Loved running into Mona, of course, which was Mona's side that it was time to get out of there. Canon perhaps a little too much, Mona. The hearing and the shrapnel, and if Dirk hadn't dropped soon enough, it's just maybe not the best choice, but effective. Mona very, I love their little reuniting, and of course, realizations. Mona didn't know what she was doing, just making the little snail in her head happy. And then we finally get to Moloch, which was all happy and fine and clear, and then there's Hugo. I have to say, I really, really enjoyed this scene because there was so much happening with Hugo here. He's really grasping to hold control, to get something that really is beyond his level of comprehension, of something that he can't get. But the fact that he wrestles with that so much in this scene, he's really trying to make the right choice and trying to do the thing. And then even Mona puts it to him, the question is, when Dirk's throwing it to him about doing the right thing, and this is the only way that we can do it. Again, badass Dirk, dedicated. And then we have Mona coming and asking that really big question. Do you want to be in charge, or do you want to do the right thing? And of course, a little confusion for Hugo at that moment. But his whole thoughts there is like, I know I'm an idiot. You know, everyone thinks that I am an idiot, and even I am starting to think that I am an idiot too. I mean, that's some introspective statement right there. And then followed up with, am I the bad guy, but I am too stupid to notice it? I mean, this is some serious, philosophical, construct that Ken's, or that Hugo's going after here. I mean, really wrestling with some big ideas. So when Mona does give him the, you want to be right or do you want to be in charge, that allows him to shift into his own dedication. Again, like Dirk had power because he was committed, Hugo, once he had chosen a path and embraced who he was in that sense, he's a soldier. He wants to be in charge. He wants to be able to do all this stuff, but he's a soldier. And once he does that, then he's Mr. Badass. Picking out all the Kellum Knights with the Tommy gun, which I thought was kind of fun and appropriate. But yeah, I mean, that's such a great move for Hugo, who has been kind of the antagonist and then just sort of lost, and as everything has kind of really kind of in this way found his position. So when we get to, well, okay, the pond isn't in there first, it does come back, but when we get to that moment, really, and it's the total shift here, I think, between Hugo and Ken, which is so awesome. I mean, of course, Ken gets stabbed by Lord Triangle, and then Lord Triangle gets shot by Ken, and Ken here pretty much shows that he has gone full Blackwing. He is completely sold over. He does not want to step away from this power and responsibility. I mean, kind of like what he said to Hugo last week is, we're equals. You gave me all of this. You can't take this away from me now. That's pretty much where Ken is. He has gone fully over, accepted the whole Blackwing credo, and that kind of makes me sad. Especially how things sort of end up, which we'll get. But then even Hugo pops back up and pulls out the gun and points it at Ken. You shoot them, I shoot you. You can't stop this. I mean, Hugo really has embraced what Dirk was selling, the point he was saying of what everyone is supposed to be there for, what all of these abnormalities are on the planet for. So it was just, I just love the whole arc there. And of course, Dirk getting shot and risking his life, standing up to Ken to do what he has to do to get the boy, Francis, back to Wedimoor. So perfect, beautiful, and then Ken's little kick of Hugo back into the portal before it disappears. Well, that does have interesting plays out too, doesn't it? So the defense of Wedimoor kind of came down to the Rowdy Three, who, completely, understandable. They're an effective bunch. And they almost do it. Their feeding on Suzie does weaken her to the point, yes, she's still able to blow them back, but she's not, she's still pretty strong, but does weaken her to the point, and actually it looked like they had cracked the wand when they were drawing and feeding off of that. It's what it seemed to me. So whether they cracked it and damaged it, or just drained it, because, it was effective after that, it was certainly enough so that when Suzie goes to attack Amanda and Todd, Todd is able to sort of fight back. The whole Amanda-Todd bit, that was awesome. Going to the Backstage of Reality, super cool. Creepy eyes, though. Super creepy eyes. A sort of triple triangular pupil thing. Yeah, really did like seeing that. But kind of a cool space. And considering that's where Hugo ends up at the end, it's definitely some place that we are going to be seeing again. So I think that was just sort of one of those insights of things to come. But really, with all of this, and there were several awesome scenes, I have to say, this episode, but this is the one that I am calling our Scene of the Week, final scene of the week for this week, and that is the confrontation between Todd and Suzie. I love the fact that Todd just sort of stepped up and got right in her face and started tearing her down and asking kind of important questions like, who are you? Do you even have any idea of what's going on? You're just total complete strangers just jumping in and messing up with everything. I mean, and yet that is kind of true, though she is part of the prophecy. She is the apprentice. however she came from, she is playing a role within all of this. But the fact that she is this sort of just random tertiary person involved and pulled into the midst of all of this is kind of funny. And the idea of working on yourself, when you just say, fixing yourself is not about, figuring out your life is about changing yourself, not the people around you. Very insightful, very, very clear. And even Suzie can't confront that too much. Like, well, yeah, well, maybe I am just... And then Ken's realization of, or Todd's realization of, wait, why aren't you killing me? The one, it's... So I love that. I love that he shot her, that he pulled out the air gun and got her, knocked her out. Perfect. All I could think at that point, though, get the wand! Get the wand! But he didn't, which of course allows her to come back and do the whole final little confrontation there, which ends up being ended as soon as the boy pops through. And let's not forget our police trio of Hobbs, Tina, and Farah, and Mage. Crispy, definitely crispy. There was no question from the top of the episode that Mage was all done. Kablooied by the exploding car. Farah shot, of course. And I love that little response between Todd, Dirk, and Amanda. Who could have destroyed an all-powerful Mage? Oh, Farah. Yes, of course. I thought of it as soon as I asked the question. Oh, perfect. I love her little moments of badassery trying to get to the car before falling back down. Asking the important questions. Are you bleeding bad? Can you see your intestines? Are you having problems breathing? These are the important questions after being repeatedly shot. But really, it's just, their whole bit was just kind of a wrap-up. I did love the ambulance, spelled just like a kid would. Perfect. Coming to rescue. And then a nice little cleanup. Hobbs missing all the excitement. Tina having been a real police officer and appreciated Hobbs' eyes. And even more to the point that he gives Farah the badge. Yeah, she tries to hand it back, but no. She is always going to be a Bergsburg deputy, no matter where she goes, no matter for how long. So really just a sort of a sweet gift from Hobbs' standpoint. A nice way to kind of wrap up our Hobbs and Tina characters there. And give Farah that freedom moving forward, that confidence. Also, no longer being on the FBI's most wanted list, big help. Big help there. Bart, of course, kind of in a dark space. And I feel bad for Bart. I mean, she tried not to kill people, but in a way she also sees if she was able to stop Suzie in the very beginning, then a lot of these deaths wouldn't have ended up happening. That's true. But remember, she couldn't kill Suzie. Otherwise, Suzie would have been dead. In a way, that's kind of Bart missing her place in the universe. I do love the fact that she uses the same line, thinking that she was just a leaf in the stream of the universe. And that's the exact same line that Amanda uses later on when she talks about knowing what her position is. So in a way, Bart's losing her vision and Amanda is gaining hers. But again, it's understandable why Bart's a little lost. I had a feeling she was wanting to go back to Blackwing. Much like Francis says, though, I do believe that she will discover that she is more than just a weapon, that is not her only position. Does get to be reunited with Ken, which was nice, but at this point, like I said, Ken has gone full Blackwing, and that switch from Bart, it was sad and yet was perfectly logical when she looks up and she's like, why don't you come and hang out? Are you an important person? Yes, I actually am. He's supervisor now because he knows how to spin stuff. Oh, Ken is smart. But Bart's line back to him is, Ken, I think I need to tell you that the universe is kind of making me feel like killing you. That's the switch. See, that's how you know that Ken has gone full Blackwing. We saw it, but that right there is confirmation. No longer part of the side of good, part of the side that's trying to fix what is wrong with the universe, but now serving as an obstruction. But luckily, Bart's right there, and nobody can stand in Bart's way. Nobody. All right, so we get our nice little happy ending with everyone around. Dirk gets his questions answered by Francis, finding out what his place in the universe is. And this sort of continues on what Wapnasi was telling Amanda earlier, which is going to be our sneak preview into Season 3. That's pretty much, again, what was really happening in the whole back half of the episode. Is there is something wrong with the universe, something is wrong with reality, you're going to have to go in and fix it. You are the tools to fix what is wrong with the universe. You know, your specific job, Dirk, is to put people where they need to be. So that's kind of an encouraging bit. I love they get their official sign. We get the actual detective agency opening. Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. Cases solved with arguable efficiency. Truer words were never written down. But we get our little goodbye with Amanda also, who is going with the Rowdy 3. There's now 6 of them because Beast has joined up. That is awesome. That is a great addition. That's a little color, hair-wise, to their gray outfits, signaling duality. But they are going off to find the other, well, what would be Blackwing subjects, the other special people, the other tools for fixing the universe before Blackwing does. So that's what Amanda and Rowdy 3 will be doing, at least through the beginning of next season, is trying to find these people together to fix the bad stuff, the convergence that is coming. So we get a lot of that kind of dark vision there. But she also has the wand with her, which is awesome! So she's going to be able to transfer that magic over into this world. And then we have, I love that Todd kept the air gun. That's perfect. But Todd, I mean, obviously Todd and Dirk and Farah, they've got the detective agency. They've got the sign. They're all queued up. Even Dirk's line about Beast there. What, that this is something that's going to eventually flower out and supposed to be a problem with us in the future? Yes, of course I know that. But it's good for right now. Anyway, was a great way to sort of wrap those things up. So we have the detective agency formed up, Dirk comfortable with his position in life, got the group around him, plus we have the Rowdy 3 and Amanda out to find the other special people in the universe. And then we have Hugo. Hugo, now trapped, stranded at the backstage of reality. And I love his final line when he looks up, he's like, oh, now I get it. Now I see everything, to get the freaky eyes. They look different, at least, from Amanda and Todd. They look just red and big. I suppose that weird 3-pupil thing. But that's not the last that we're going to be seeing of Hugo by far. And I wonder if Hugo will be smarter, being able to see and understand everything, or he'll have a complete view and see the interconnectedness of the universe and still not be able to put it all together. I'm really curious where they're going to move with Hugo, because he could become the total, like, jester idiot. Almost like a Dirk Gently stumbling into things, or he could switch and turn around and just be like the all-powerful Yoda sort of popping up here and there and advising. Really kind of curious what's going to happen with Hugo. But we also know what has happened with Suzie. Now she's going to be circling up in that train in the sky forever. And I love the final shirt. Don't make me use my superpowers. Because you don't have them anymore, Suzie. You don't even have a good hip anymore. I'm sorry. But you kind of deserve it. Alright, just a couple of small things here. First, the metal that the Kellum Knights in Armor were made out of that is not found anywhere on Earth. I do not believe this is the last we are going to be seeing of this metal here. I have a feeling this is going to be integrated into Blackwing's arsenal to be used against our heroes next season. Why? Because that whole last bit, it's all foreshadowing. None of this stuff is said without any reason. Yes, this shows that Ken is smart. Yes, this makes sure that Ken gets promoted to official supervisor. But he's right. They've proved the existence of the supernatural. They have all of these unnatural things with them. They're definitely going to be using them. Amanda and Todd's reaction to being in the backstage of the universe. Yeah. Drugs? Sure. I'm sure with their experiences, that's exactly what that looks like. Dirk continues with his excellent lines. Can you turn into a bug? Only emotionally. That's going to be a meme. Oh, and if you were wondering, yes, I saw Last Jedi this week, and yes, I really enjoyed it. different. I will say that the advertisement of Luke's line, "This is not going to go the way you expect," very true. But I have had a blast. Alright, so I think that wraps things up. What a season! Amazing craziness and magic and very sad deaths, but wonderful characters we got to meet and some things to look forward to for next season. Bigger adventures, new people, brand new case, still no clue. Part 2, pretty much. Really, it's going to be a blast. I cannot wait for next year. Now we just need to make sure that BBC America renews Dirk gently. Because this show is awesome. Write, tweet, email them. Let them know how much you support this show. But that's going to wrap us up for now. Thank you so much for joining me with all of these reviews. It was a blast to share this show with you, to hear all of your thoughts and feedback and input. Really just made this show so much more enjoyable for me. So thank you so much. Well, for the last time, I'm going to ask, if you enjoyed it, please go ahead and hit that like button. Thoughts, comments, opinions, what you guys think of this season, please throw them down in the section below. You can always catch me on Twitter and Instagram. I am at Darren Jakes. Please subscribe if you are not sure we are done here, but we're doing Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We've got Legion next year, Westworld, plus a few other things because they keep changing schedules and availability. So there's some holes opening up. Who knows what we might cover? Maybe your favorite show. Join us by subscribing. Do that by clicking my face right here. And I'll go ahead and throw up our latest couple of reviews right here, and you can enjoy those. So, thank you so much. I am D, and I'm out of here. Catch you guys later. Bye-bye.